Together we can stand, come what may, and the future lies in us. Teach our children to teach their children what our fathers taught. To fear and love the Creator, only there shall we succeed. Beautiful and glorious and show the heartbeats of Nigeria. Beautiful and glorious and stars are singing over you. You're the land people dream to be.
Okay, my voice better? Oh my God, after a false start, this is SONI IRABOR again, and welcome to SONI IRABOR Live, celebrating Edo Diaspora at 30, Edo State at 30, 27th of August, 1991 to 27th of August, 2021 gives us exactly 30 years, okay? And as a state, we've come a long way. We broke it from how many now? From Bendel State, it became Edo and Delta states. So I believe that what we're trying to do here is celebrate it. And I want to beg all of you, those of you who are not muted, to please mute themselves and also understand that the rest of the world will be distracted if your particular microphone is interfering with other people's assertions. But for now, let me very quickly welcome you once again and to say that there are about 4 different hosts. 4 people are co-hosting with SONI IRABOR in this particular special celebration edition. And I'm going to name them: Dr. Loretta Oduware Boroko from Sheffield in UK, Comrade Lante Oriaki, also in UK. Then you have Dr. Johnson Odibo from Switzerland, and Mr. Ken Obazwaye from Canada. Ambassador Joseph Egiamusoy, we're waiting to give him the hosting right. He is also in UK. Now, I want to let you know that even if I'm stammering, it's because I'm overwhelmed and I'm enjoying it. I want to let you know that everyone will be given a chance to speak at the best opportunity possible. It means that some may get a chance, some may not get a chance. Don't get offended. We advertised some pictures just because we wanted to give a preference to some people speaking for just 1 minute per person. Now, that 1 minute can cover a lot. I'm in broadcasting, and I can tell you that sometimes we do adverts for just 30 seconds and would have given the whole message. So you can imagine when you do 1 minute, it's double trouble, okay? So I'm going to apply some kind of, should I say, weirdy voice. I'm going to apply some kind of wieldy voice or authority that anything you say, please let us just try and be succinct, try and summarize to the best of your ability so that it will help us, make the matter better, which means if you have anything to say it straight to the point. That's what it means. And if you want to have anything to say, you have to signify by raising your hand. But if you are not saying anything at all, please note, do not unmute your microphone, which means the microphone should be permanently muted unless you are called to say a few words. I know some of us may forget. Sometimes I do forget, but please let's try our best not to forget it this time. So, Bendel was a state until August 27, 1991. But then, since 27th August 1991, Edo State has had 4 military administrators and 6 civilian governors, and I think 4 civilian governors, 2 military governors. And that means in all, we've had about 10 governorship, authorities in place. So I'm just going to read a few high points that I have for Edo State. That makes me rather proud that we are what you might call a unique state of its own. It's located in the southern region of the country, with its capital located in the ancient city of Benin, and is home to the Beninese, Esa, Onwa, and Afemai peoples. There are other ethnic configurations, though in smaller numbers compared to the aforementioned. The Igbira-speaking communities in Akoko Edo, Ishekiri communities in Ikpobaoka, Izjo or Izons, the Robos in Ovia Northeast and Southwest local government respectively, and then a small Igbo-speaking communities also exist in Igbanke, which is in Ika, in Oriom local government area. Edo State was formed when Bendel State was split in 2, as I said earlier, to form Delta and Edo States. That was in August 27, 1991. The name Edo was derived from the name Edo, which is usually a name used to refer to the Benins of the state and to honor the ancient Benin Empire. Edo State is a cosmopolitan state with a large presence of urban areas, with Benin City being the largest city with a population of 1.7 million people as of 2021. It is also acknowledged as the 4th largest city in Nigeria. I was surprised to see that. I'm very proud of that. That's after Lagos, Kano, and Ibadan. And this is from Wikipedia. Other cities include in Edo, Abudu, Afuze, Auchi, Ekpoma, Ewu, Fuga, Ibilo, Igara, Igwebe, Irua, Okbela, Sabongidaura, Ubiaja, Ronigbe, and Uzeba. These cities and towns are spread across the 18 local governments of the state. Edo State is an economically vibrant state, being the center of rubber and oil palm production, transportation, and furniture making is also a thriving industry. The people are very enlightened and resourceful. Edo State has a very large number of diasporas in Nigeria and abroad, and they contribute much to the economy of the state, with the 2017 figure standing at above $20 billion from diaspora alone. Can't beat that, can you now? All right. Now, the people home and abroad are known for their ingenuity and innovation. excelling in various fields of endeavors. The state is filled with various tourist attractions. Benin City itself is a tourist attraction, being the capital of the ancient empire, Benin. Other tourist attractions include a Motan statue in Benin, River Niger Beach in Agenebode, Ambrose Alice Square, Somorika Hills in Akoko Edo, Ogba Zoo, Benin City, and so on. The state is also known for its metal and bronze works. Edo State is known for its number of higher institutions such as the University of Benin, Ambrose Ali University, Benedion University, to name a few. The current governor of the state is Godwin Obaseki, Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, who is in 5 years has transformed the state by opening up the potentials of the state to investors and encouraging the diaspora to come back to invest in the economy of the state. The governor has also made education a priority of his administration, especially on the fundamental or foundational aspect of education. Other strides of the governor include creating a job portal and programs to harness the potentials of the youth in the state. Now, when we are celebrating the state, it's not that other states were not created in 1991, August 27th. There are other states, but we're just proud to be who we are. And honestly, I can't help but tell you that, I'll be honest with you, sometimes when I'm boasting to my friends and colleagues of other states, I kind of talk as if I'm the best in the whole wide world, so forgive me for getting overwhelmed with this kind of talk, but it goes a long way. So let me just stop here and say that this monologue is about enough. So I would like to let you know that at this point, really, I would just want Dr. Loretta Ogboroko to come in and also say a few words and maybe add to what I've said or subtract if she likes. Dr. Loretta, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Uncle Sonny. And I was just really listening to your very detailed research, sir. I want to thank people like you who have allowed the spirit of Edo State to continue to live on, to transcend not just your generation, but to hand it on to the next generation. I will not belabor anybody too much at this present time so that other people can speak. But suffice it to say that the opening song said it all. It said, "Our treasures are found in all nations, and stars are shining over you." People may think that the word treasure there refers to just the artifacts, but no, it refers to us. Edo State people are everywhere in the world, every single country in the diaspora, and we sure have stars shining over us. These same stars we are determined to take back to our home state, Edo State. So welcome everyone, and happy 30 years anniversary to our state. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much indeed. And let me call on Dr. Johnson Odibo from Switzerland. Are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I hope
Good. Yes, thank you so much. It's really an opportunity. Pity I'm driving. I'm really honored to be part of this celebration, 30 years of Edo State, out of the old Bender State or the former Bender State. You know, one thing that really intrigues me is, like you rightly said, Edo people, we are very creative, innovative, you know, we're really fast, you know, we're the heartbeat of the nation. It's really, really true, you know, but let us not relent, because it's not about celebrating now. Let's think about, how do we want Edo State to be another 30 years from today? It all starts from now and continues onward. So let's give in our best so that even the billions of dollars that we think flows into Nigeria from the diaspora doesn't reduce or doesn't fall back. Because if we do nothing, our children might forget where we come from. And don't forget, a lot of our parents that have passed on, you know, I mean, the enthusiasm, we really have to keep it on, you know, so that at least we can still continue the development that has made Edo unique in our country, Nigeria. So that's all from my side, and I'll leave it to the other person to also say one or two things. Thank you so much, and God bless us all.
Amen to that. And thank you very much, Dr. John Odibo. I must confess that when I saw you being driven, I think, I'm not so sure, but I thought that was the man being driven in a beautiful limo. I said, I have to go to, are you in Zurich or some Switzerland or Switzerland? Well, anyway.
I'm driving from Bern. It's about an hour, 20 minutes from Zurich. So I went to Nigerian embassy. So I'm driving back to Zurich.
Thank you. Well
yes,
done.
So thank you.
Okay. So what about Ken Obazwaye? No, sorry. Comrade Lamte Oriaki, UK. Are you on? Comrade Lamte, is it there yet?
He's not yet.
What about Ken Bazwaye? Is he there yet? If he's not there, then let me go to Ambassador Joseph Ehigamusoy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, who is this, please?
Kenny Bazwaye from Canada.
Oh, yes. Kenny, go ahead. Oh, there you are. Please go ahead. Oh, that's my face. Oh, wow.
Thank you very much. It's a privilege to be here today. This is a thing that is, we are celebrating these 30 years, and at the same time, we use this opportunity to remind those that are not conversant with our rich history, who we are, what we stand for, and what we stand to achieve. Our elder, I thank you for making this happen, for putting this together. Let me start by debunking something. The longest war, man-made war, let's call it China War. It's wrong. The longest man-made war in the world is from Benin. So Benin people has this culture. We are very unique. One of the reasons why we encountered the invasion 1897 was the uniqueness of my kingdom. We have the governmental systems and every other system in place that the Caucasians and the so-called colonial masters never had. I'm going to stop here before, and I will allow others to continue, but I just want to say that there's more for us to disseminate today, for us to enjoy as we proceed. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's quite laudable to hear that. Yes, that's the Benin mode. Oh, thank you, my brother. Okay, Ambassador Joseph Ehigamusoy, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody.
No, before you come in. Happy birthday to Ambassador Joseph Ehigamusoy. Apparently, he's an Edo State born day boy. I don't know how to put it.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm honored, and I want to appreciate everyone. And it's a pleasure to be here in the midst of my wonderful people. Uncle Tony, I want to join others to appreciate you for putting this together. Over the years, we have all been clamoring and doing things from our own corners to achieve what we have achieved today, and also the quest to exceed what we have achieved right now. My input for this meeting today is the need for us as a dual diaspora, because we never had it so good. The need for us to take our place and our space at home, to join existing structure, to better Edo State. I'm so glad about the mega vision of His Excellency, making Edo State great again. Edo has been great. If you know your history, you know that our empire was the Great Benin Empirical Kingdom. I put it that way. Otherwise, people say the Great Benin Empire. But I say empire and kingdom, they were two together. All right? So now the pool of resources of the Edo diaspora, the strength that we have in human capacity, economy, social, political, we have the chance now to synergize and link up with the authority on ground at home to actually bring to reality that acronym, MEGA, for Edo State, in collaboration with His Excellency, Governor Nogegase Obaseki, for what he has done the last 5 years and counting. It may not be perfect. Governance might not be perfect so far, But one thing I'm excited about is that we are on a pathway to greatness. Because one of the things we have lacked over the years from Cape Town to Cairo in Africa, that we call it, is the fact that we do not plan long term. We want result now, now, now. But now we have a visionary leader who's got the eyes for vision and is planning. He's planning his plans that would outlive him in office and set the roadmap or the pathway for successive administrations to come. Imagine planning for the next 30 years for Edo State. How better can that be? You know, so I just want to congratulate His Excellency, congratulate Edo Lights. I want to borrow the word of BQ Wifo. Fellow Edo Lights all around the world, I want to congratulate everybody for celebrating this 30 years anniversary. Our leader here, Dr. Loretta Agburuoko, well done. I call you a superwoman for all the things that you're doing. And of course, the whole team that forms the Diaspora Working Group. I appreciate all of you. You know, there's so much to say, but I've got to quit the floor now. You know, happy birthday to Edo State. Happy birthday to myself. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Ambassador, look, I really like it. I love the way you come on. And your voice is fantastic, honestly. Wow.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God. By the way, talking about Ambassador BQ Wifo, is he around by any chance? Said he was going to be calling from Tanzania. Is Ambassador BQ here, Wifo? No. Okay. While we wait for him, what about Comrade Lamte Oriaki? Not there yet, is it? I just want us to understand that it's very important that come what may, yes, we are on live on Zoom. We're also on live on YouTube and Facebook. I'm thinking, should I put, I think GBKM and Co are probably putting us on Facebook by now. But anyway, let me just tell you guys that at this stage, I would like to invite all the people that had put their faces on the advertorial, that they will speak 1 minute at a time. And please let me also remind you that I will, from time to time, probably stop just to take a short message, which are just your messages, to let you know that we are celebrating, you know, this whole day of Edo. Edo State is 30. I can't believe it. But Edo is more than 2,500 years old anyway. Okay, it's Professor Issa Odidi from Shanghai in China. Is he there yet? No? All right. I think I saw Dr. Sayemere Okumbawa. I'd like to invite him if he can speak now. Dr. Sayemere Okumbawa. He's from UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Thank you very much for having me. Wahabowa. Thank you, Uncle Sonny, for putting this program together. As you know, we Edos are naturally very proud of our home, our history, even our today. This occasion actually is something that is what is very exciting to me, having this opportunity to participate and to talk about Edo. Those of us who are familiar with our Edo history, anytime you get to read something about it online, in fact, I just got to hear now that Benin City is the 4th largest city in Nigeria. I never knew that. So there's so much we don't know that we have. And until we get to know these things, people don't really appreciate who we really are. And over the years, we've all existed in small splinters all over the world, small groups, associations, and unions there. We've never really had the opportunity, or maybe the insight into us coming together. But this program, this anniversary, is awakening. I will call it an awakening. That for once, we're beginning to realize that who we should be, what we should be. And so I'm seeing this opportunity to like launch into Edo the way we want it. It's only us Edos that can build Edo. Nobody's going to build Edo for us. We have history, but we must create a new history. And that creation of a new history starts now, and it starts with us. When we see how far we can go, how big we really are, we'll put our hands on the plow and we're ready to make Edo great, not by words, but by action, and this is the beginning of it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much indeed. And yes, that deserves a good applause from all of us here. Well done, Dr. Saimere Okungbowa. And I would like to invite Her Excellency Ambassador Sylvia Ibie, who is based also in the UK. You see, these UK people, they can't dominate. I'm very envious of them. So where's Ambassador Sylvia Ibie? Are you there? You there yet? No? Okay. Mr. Iria Inakimio, my senior, who's based in Maryland, USA. Are you there yet, sir?
Hi, I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Good, good, good. Nice to hear your voice.
You know, when I think about the Edo people, when I think about Edo, two images come to mind. One of them is the immortal phoenix, which rises from the ashes of its predecessor and blooms. You know, I mean, and then the other one is the acorn. Edo may not be the biggest state in Nigeria, but it is the seed that grows the oak tree. It has so many great things, so a large history, a very, very proud history, proud people, you know, and we have every reason to be proud. And when we talk about Edo State now, I dare to say that, you know, it's beyond Bendel State, really, because I would dare to say that it is the first and perhaps the only state that was created constitutionally in Nigeria as the Midwest state. I don't think we should forget that, because there was a plebiscite and the Midwest state was created, out of which grew the Bendel state, and which was then split into Edo and Delta now. But you look at the history that we have, even in recent times, sports, what is it? You know, we created the Afuze Sports Center, and, you know, I don't think there has been anything like it since then. And I mean, nobody's looking, and it's great when we have a leader who is, when we have leadership that gives people reason to come together, to be proud, to remember who they are, and to have good reason to be together. And that is what is happening right now. So this celebration that is going on, you know, gives me great inspiration, and it gives me great hope, and it makes me feel like the future is going to be great. The sky is not the limit. You know, I'm very elated, and I'm glad that we are looking even at things like trees and stuff. We're looking at the potential of the rainforest that we have, and we're looking beyond, you know, things that other people are thinking about right now. I'm very, very glad to be here, and I'm glad that we are celebrating it. And I thank everybody, and you know, who is involved in this growth that is starting right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And that's my senior. I call him my senior because when I got into broadcasting by strange defaults of people like Iria Inakimio, and the man is older than me by many years. It's one that it looks younger than me. But anyway, let's not worry. God did. Some people are born to look young. People like Loretta and co. No problem. You know, I won't tell you Loretta's age, but this is a serious issue. And Loretta has, how many degrees do you have again? 4, 5? Anyway, God bless you. And many of you who are overloaded with education in your heads, I hope you all come home to come and help us. Because the truth is, we are very, very boldly committed to making Edo great again. We go on break? All right, so we're going to take a short break. Please bear with me. I have a crew here, and sometimes I get carried away, so they now bring me back to order. My senses. So take a short break. So.
Good day, my great people of Edo State and those studying outside Edo State. My name is David C. Mizegagwe. I'm a Nollywood director, producer, a filmmaker, residing here in Edo State. Please, have you taken your COVID-19 vaccine? If you haven't taken yours, please endeavor to go take your COVID-19 vaccine. COVID is real. I've taken mine 2 doses. I'm COVID-free. Anyway, why I'm saying is that so that we all can join Dr. Loretta Oduware Okoro, Dr. Osagi Igunosu, and others to celebrate Edo State at 30 Therefore, let's join our week and see God in loving ourselves to help put Edo State on the map of development, to help make Edo State great and greater again. I expect much from you.
Thank you very much. That's a beautiful message there. And that goes without saying. Every one of you that is here or listening elsewhere, you have a message, just go ahead. Akin to the voice that advises you to take care of yourself, because it does help, really, it does. And then now, let me invite, see, I'm going through some of the names here. If I do not see you, I worry. But let me call on Pastor Jimo Ogbede from Japan. Aso.
God bless everyone. Thank you for the motto God has given to everybody. I am very, very happy to be in the midst of the Otokinados, people that always plan for good and gold. People who made us to know where our treasure is. Dr. Loretta spoke about treasure. It is not only the way you keep your finance. It is not just the property. We are actually the treasures. And we cannot stand with the treasure come. Can money speak for you? Without you spoke for your money. So I recommended that word and I put it in my heart too. So I am very, very happy when we come together talking of my state, Edo, Bini. In fact, it gladdened my heart that most important people coming together to discussing the well-being of our state. And we are in dream by bringing somebody that have the heart faith of our livelihood, that try to put things together for us, cooperate with other leaders who have come before. Look at it now. Osho will say, come on now. He said, come on now. Look at Obaseki. Look at him. No, excuse me. Come on now. He has done, at least you can sleep. I understand that you are a lively person in Edo State. He has been able to fight the Hulons to put them in their understanding package. So this, I am very, very happy. I think we can even boast of going to our place. From now on, 30 years in celebration is a greater thing that made me to feel I'm from Edo State. And I will continue to feel any way I can have the support, even as a city of this treasure to be among you, it's a thing that gladdens my heart. From another 30 years coming, we are planning for now. I think the sky is going to be the limit of Edo State and the people therein. So let me stop for now. As we continue to go on, God will start revealing more things into our life. God bless everyone. In Jesus' name.
Thank
Amen.
you very much, sir. Thank you indeed. Amen to your prayer. And let me now quickly invite Ambassador Juliana Ine from the United States of America. I'm doing it randomly so that I can try to cover the grounds. I can see Sonny Allen from Tokyo. I'll be coming to you next. Juliana, please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Good day, everybody. And just before I start saying anything, I have to congratulate Edo State. I have to, wish her a happy 30th anniversary. My brothers and sisters here on this forum and everywhere in the world, I just want to thank everyone and let you know that I'm very, very proud, to be an Edo woman. I've heard so much since, we started this program about, Edo State. And, at a point that I had to, understand why I feel the way I do sometimes, actually most times. It's an innate thing, you have it and you just can't explain why you're the way you are. And just hearing all of this history about Edo State, I guess that accounts for some of that. Just before I move forward, I want to thank our leaders. I want to thank our governor. Governor Godwin Noregase Obaseki and his officials. I want to thank our traditional rulers, the Oba of our state, and our diaspora, leaders, for bringing all of this together. I know it's been 30 years and I'm happy, for being alive to witness this, to witness this call, to get all of those, together, to be able to help. I mean, just to be together, to unite as a people and understand that we are children of a rich culture from a very rich state. And I'm also happy that I have a lot to tell my children, and we all have a lot to tell our children, and make them understand that they have a root, and their root is from Edo State, from our culture. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm looking forward to serve, like I've always said. And I'm glad we're given the opportunity to be able to do that as people of Edo State. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you indeed. And I'll go straight to Italy. Italy in Europe, of course, the famous Roman Empire. Dr. Bruce Idahosa is there. Please go ahead. Dr. Bruce? Okay. May I talk to Mr. Sonny Allen Tokyo? Can you hear me? Sonny? Yes, please go ahead.
I can hear you, sir. I greet everybody from Tokyo, Japan. I want to congratulate Edo State for coming this far. And where I saw Edo Odion, and this we have carried everywhere we go as a people. I'm grateful that this kind of forum is alive, and we always contribute via it. I'm in touch with my pastor here, Jimo Mbedi, who is one of the organizing members of this great forum. Again, I congratulate Edo State for coming this far. May we remain blessed in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. I do not know if Princess Abiyewa Obaraye is there from USA. If she's not, Dr. Angela.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, please. Please go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. It is an honor to be part of this. And I want to say congratulations to my state, Edo State, the state government, Edo people all over the world, friends of the state, Edo Diaspora Working Group. And I also want to say here that the heart is important to the body. And that is how Edo State is very vital, important to the nation, Nigeria. In the future, like everyone has said, we have a good, rich culture. That is a state of intelligent, beautiful, rich people, rich culture. And I also want to say here today, that is a state that has food, we have agriculture, we have fresh food. When you go to Edo State, anytime I'm there, oh my goodness, everything is fresh. It is not like it's in the freezer or wherever. You just get it right away. I'm so proud of my state. I love my state. In the future, I would really like the state government and every one of us to position our culture, heritage for good tourism, which will bring prosperity to the economy of the state. Also, I want to commend and congratulate my governor, Godwin Noregase Obaseki, for today launching the rubber tree planting, in Sakbomba. I want to congratulate every Edo people because I remember a long time ago I visited that place. It was so beautiful. So I know with that rubber plantation coming to be, the rubber and the industry will also, bring more prosperity to the economy of Edo State. I want to thank everybody. Uncle Sonny, thank you so much. Thank you, every leaders, every members. And I want us to continue to work together in peace and in unity so that the agency, the diaspora agency, come to life. Thank you, everyone.
We've lost your audio, Sonny.
Oh, sorry, forgive me. I don't mind me.
Yes.
Okay, let me now invite pharmacist Aigboje Iremiran of UK. I think I saw his name there. Are you there?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Very loud and clear. Go ahead.
Fantastic. First and foremost, I want to say a very, very big congratulations to Edo State for 30. Like I always say, 30 in the life of a man or a woman is nothing small. It is epic. And for a state that has produced all of us, it is worth celebrating. And that congratulation cannot just be left untold. Hence, we are here today. Congratulations to the administrators and those in charge of our state at the moment. I also want to thank you, SONI IRABOR, for putting this together and for bringing all of us together. Much has been said about Edo State. There is no gainsaying the obvious. We are great, we are going places, and truly we will. I just want to join us with this analogy. We in the diaspora, we are a moving train whose time has come. I see us as a bride whose introduction was done last year at the election of our governor. And the day for the wedding is yet to be decided, but the march is on. And if we are to move our country forward, diaspora is the key. We have all the instruments, we have all the dexterity, we have all the energy. And the best way for us now is to continue with where we are at the moment and even think of how to go even further. Loretta would always say, we have strength as a single entity. We operate in silos. This is the time for us to come together, and the time is now. Edo State in 5, 10, 20 years will not be the same. We've done well professionally, individually in our choosing field of endeavor, even in the diaspora. But all this will mean nothing if we don't come together to harness our potential for the development, growth, improvement of Edo State. I was reading this morning about how Edo State came to be. Do we all know that even in the morning of the 27th of August, 1991, Babangida was still confused because there were strong men who were pulling strings from far and wide before that announcement was made. Foremost among them is Professor Omar Omorui, the likes of the Oba of Benin then, and even the Vice President Aikwomo. So much so that we did these people from Edo State did it with great wit and dexterity. That even Delta State was confused because it is alleged that in that history, they wanted to make Warri the place for the capital of Delta State, but there were so many intrigued. But we Edos, we stood firm in the face of many challenges and we became resolute. And that continued to move us forward. I remember with nostalgia how the announcement came in 1991. I was in SS2, that a state has been born. And here we are today. The state that has produced great men in the likes of SONI IRABOR, who I always look from afar, an idol, thinking that one day I will shake his hands. But of course, posterity has put us together. We are here again celebrating the Edo. Will we be great again? We remain great, we remain resolute. My appeal to us, this new bride, the diaspora, must not be forgotten. We mustn't forget ourselves. Let us galvanize ourselves and push Edo State to the highest of heavens. Congratulations once again to my dear Edo State, and I wish us all the very best.
Thank you very much. God, fantastic words there. And thank you for remembering me too. My head is swelling here. Well, Dr. Anthony Agbonasewa from UK. No, can you teach us your name again? Agbonasewa. Is it correct?
Thank you, Uncle Sonny. My name is Agbonasewa.
Agbonasewa. Okay.
So coming from a language expert and an astute communicator like you, I think I'm going to earn some bucks now, bringing you to my own language school. But I want to step aside, Kusoni, if you don't mind. There's one of us I've been trying to draw your attention on WhatsApp, but you've not been checking. So I was one of those in the back room. I've been trying to draw your attention. Festus Omorige. He's a minister. I think he's God ministration. If he can take my place for now.
Please, if he's listening to us, let him go straight to it now. Okay? Festus Omorige, you said?
He's in Abuja. He's one of those Nigerian diaspora.
His name is here. Well, Festus, are you there?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much.
Nice. Wow.
Very
nice
grateful.
Your voice.
I was actually, thank you so much, Uncle Sonny, and greetings to everyone. I'm so sorry. And I was actually just doing a note to send to Tony that by the time, in case I'm called upon, that he should just help me present, my my thoughts before he so graciously, gave me a slot. I'm so grateful to him for that consideration. I'm a pastor, and today is my service day, incidentally. So I'm, really honored to be in your midst. And I'm sorry that I have to kind of jump the queue, but just bear with me. First, I send my very warm greetings to every one of you. I'm honored to be in your midst, and this will be something that will continue to be cherished in my memory till the end of my life. Edo is the greatest state for me. I'm not tribalistic, but I couldn't have asked for a better state in Nigeria. And I am very proud to be in the midst of great people like this. On SONI IRABOR, it's a great honor being so up close and personal with you. As a former fledgling journalist, you are a senior colleague to us, a great inspiration. And I thank you for all the motivation and inspiration that we have gotten from you over the years. And I know with people like you, Edo will continue to be great. And I just want to say, borrowing from the campaign slogan of the governor in the last election, MEGA, that I think we should begin to really stand it to everyone, and that Edo is indeed MEGA, but in this form, not just making Edo great again, but making Edo greater always, because it's not just for a moment, but for always. So that MEGA would be something that will be a new acronym for us to use to drive our thought process about what we want for our dear state. So making Edo greater always is what I want to urge all of us to always promote everywhere we are as the MEGA acronym. And I think that for us to be able to achieve this, I think that it is very important that we support the state governor to begin to consciously infuse into the political class, into the political class, technocrats and professionals that will drive development. Because in the words of the late Pan-Africanist Kwame Nkrumah, Seek ye first the political kingdom, and every other thing shall be added unto you. Politics drive development everywhere in the world. And if you don't have quality people, as we have been saying in this country, if you don't have quality people in the political process, you will not get quality service. We are so blessed to have a governor like this because he's a quality person. That is why we are seeing the changes that we are beginning to witness. And I think that it should not just be a one-off thing. Let there be a conscious move to get people like him to take over the mantle from him, so that we will not go back to the Stone Ages. And also, let's continue to support the revitalization of our educational system to be ICT and entrepreneurship based, so that we can continue to produce graduates that are relevant in the present global world, economy. The Edo cannot maintain its greatness if we don't have people who can hold their own anywhere in the world. The diasporan resource that is the greatest treasure, like Dr. Loretta so aptly captured, it's because of the fact that we have people who have been able to really have education, good education infused into them. And I think that as the state government is already doing, more effort needs to be put into that to ensure that we have a continued system, that we ensure that we have world-class graduates. Industrialization, ease of doing business should not just be a mantra, but I think it's something that the state government should pursue seriously, so that we can attract, the private sector more and more into our state to be able to drive, the economy of Edo State into higher heights. A lot of people in the diaspora would want to come home to invest, but because of the way that things are, that is why they are so, discouraged. But I think that if, attention is given to this area, then Edo in the next, decade, we'll begin to see the springing up of more industries that would help to reduce, unemployment and also raise the standard of living, because there will be more people employed and there will be more development. And agricultural development too, to be sustained. The government is doing so well, so much. And I think that if this tempo is sustained, then youth unemployment will become a thing of the past as far as Edo is concerned, because there is no state, in my opinion, that is as blessed as Edo is in terms of agricultural resources. And we have not even begun to tap into it. It's not too much to begin to revitalize the old timber industry, that can begin to also feed, into the industrialization call that I made earlier. The best furniture makers in Nigeria are in Edo State, but I don't see why we cannot go a step further to begin to even get them to export, their products, because we are importing furniture. Why can't we also export furniture? And I think that if we have a very sound system in place, this can, be achieved. And the diasporan resources, which is the greatest, in Nigeria, as far as Nigeria is concerned, the Edo diaspora resource is the greatest. And I am glad to be informed by my friend Tony a few days ago that there's already, a lot of work being done to have the Edo State Diasporan Agency or Commission in place. So this is wonderful. And I want to thank all those who are behind it, because I think that this is one of the ways that Edo will always be made greater, because the diasporan resources, we are so blessed to have all of you guys that are out there that will really help to push the state upward and forward. So I just to round up, so I will not take much time, I am glad to hear some very interesting new facts about our states today. And I just want to call on all of those who are behind this process to try to come up with a fact file about these facts, about this information that we can help to circulate, that will really make people know more about our state, being the fourth largest state and having the longest wall really in history, not China that we used to think, so that we can really begin to showcase to the world what we have, because if we don't blow our trumpet, nobody else will blow it for us. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, my great brothers and sisters. God bless you. And
God bless you.
Look forward to being with you again. God bless you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. We'll take a short break now, and then I'll call Oshoke and Ibude Gwabadia as back to back after the break. So we'll be right back after the break.
Hooray! Edo State is 30. In the spirit of the celebration, Heartbeat Heritage presents Heartbeat Quiz Competition, the land, the people, and their cultures. How much do you know Edo? When was Edo State created? What is the meaning of Gineni Oku, who was the first executive governor of Edo State? Who of Esalan, who was the first Oba of Benin? Where can we find 100-years-old mangoes plantation in Edo State? Send your answers via SMS to 080-5589-563. If you qualify, you will be invited to the TV reality show, The Heartbeat Quiz, where you can win fantastic prizes, generator, ceiling fan, GSM phones, and other consolation prizes. D-Day is 30th August 2021 at Edo Broadcasting Service, Benin City, 2 p.m. prompt. Host, Edo oral historian, Moses Obakbolo. Heartbeat Quiz. Celebrate Edo at 30 and get a reward. Proudly supported by Busby Car Renters, Benin and Lagos, DVD Oil and Gas Conglomerates. Edo is in celebration. Be part of it.
Yes, thank you very much. I will now go straight to Oshoke. Oshoke, are you there? I believe so. And after that, Ibude Gobadia. Mr. Oshoke, please. Okay. Mr. Ibude Gobadia, are you there? You just sent a message. All right. So let me move on to Festus Ehiozomage. I hope I got that correctly, because Tony Agbons will now start attacking me again. Festus Ehiozomage from Canada, are you there? Am I losing all my people? Deaconess, or what am I saying there? Agnes Olotu, you there, please? Hello? Can you guys hear me? So that I'll be sure that I'm not doing something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
What's your voice? What's your name, please? Who is this?
It's Loretta speaking. I'm reassuring you that I can hear you, sir.
Okay, very good. Agnes Olotu, you're not there. Deborah Ibia, are you there? I wanted the ladies to have some space. Yes, Deborah, please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm just joining on the invitation of my sister-in-law, Ambassador Sylvia Ibia. I had sent her my thoughts. She would discuss it when she has the time. Thank you, sir. Wayadomo.
Okay, where's she? Kuyo. Thank you very much. What about, there's somebody called Victoria here, but the name is, it doesn't go beyond Victoria. Ashoke, are you there now? No.
That evangelist, Gladys.
Yeah. Oh, evangelist, hello, please go ahead. I beg you. Evangelist Gladys Ogbede, please go ahead.
Wayadomo, congratulations to every one of us. The Lord bless us as a people and as an individual. I'm really happy to be celebrating Edo at 30. I'm thanking God on our behalf, because being 30 is not a child's play. Many have spoken concerning this, and a child of 30 years is really matured. So Edo has been through, in my own opinion, or through what I've studied, Edo has been going through time of growing up, being a baby, being a teenager, all this why. But now we have come to that state of maturity, which means from now on is going to be greater and better. Like all of us have spoken, Dr. Pharmacist Ramira said, adding to what he has said before, this we've all sorry about that. We all have been productive in our own little ways. Hello, Daddy, as an individual. But it is time now, because we have come to that state of maturity, for us to truly come together with all that we've acquired, coming together in unity to keep Edo greater, to that place where we want Edo State to truly be. Thank you all for all the sacrifice. And my little encouragement for each and every one of us as Edo people, these remaining 30 years, or this coming 30 years, as we proceed, because I am projecting the next 30 years. Let us make up our mind that we'll be selfless to the building of the state, selfless in giving, selfless in knowledge, selfless to prayers. Thank you so much. And the Lord God Almighty will carry Edo State in his wings as we fly to the highest of heights. In Jesus' name. Congratulations to every one of us.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Thank you so much indeed. I'd like to call on Dr. Sagi Gwinosun, Chairman of Chairmen. Dr. Sagi Gwinosun, how are you? Are you there? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Although I wasn't scheduled to speak.
No. Those were the faces
to
of the
listen
speakers.
and to celebrate our greatness. And thank you very much, the organizing committee of this group. I really appreciate everyone. My name is Osage Igbinosun, live in Chicago. I'm so excited with our people, and I'm so happy that this is taking place. Because if we are not doing anything, let me just quote Martin Luther King. He said, "Our lives begins to end the day we become silent about things that matters." So this is a thing that matters to all of us, that we must celebrate our Edo-ness and our greatness. And I thank the organizing committee, and I also thank our governor, Obaseki, for knowing that we in diaspora, we matters. We don't just say, we do what we say. And let me just borrow a quote from our Honorable Dr. Loretta. She said, "A tree cannot make a forest. However, a tree can start a forest." So we are starting in the great part of history. So please, let's just keep on walking our way, because the drops of a rain make a hole in a stone, not by violence, but by often falling. When the drop keep on falling, just little drops will make a hole in the rock. So please, I thank you, Uncle Sonny, for putting this together, and I congratulate Edo for 30 years and for more years to come. I thank you, the organizing, Dr. Loretta. We can't thank you enough for your greatness. Thank you. Let's celebrate and enjoy the day.
Thank you so much, sir. Did I ask Abiyewa Obarayi to speak earlier? Did she? She's nodding.
Yes, I did.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me now ask Dr. Tony. No, Tony, I will not fall into your trap again. So you can speak now.
No, I stepped aside earlier. Now I think I'm taking the Zoom floor now. Wahia, Wabota, Waboga, Wabava. I just really overwhelmed, and I don't even know what to say. Congratulations to all those sons and daughters on this epic, awesome occasion. Like Evangelist Gladys Obede will always say, 30 has unique spiritual significance. And there's a divine program for Edo State, which I can see unfolding beyond what the human eyes can see. I see a new Edo State. I see a new reconstruction and re-engineering. I see a people who are ready to move to the next level. I see Edo people uniting more than ever before to take and make Edo the synergy of all eyes compared to other states in Nigeria. And I'm proud that this is happening in our time. Akubo eti in Wanegbe. Oh, David. Congratulations, everyone. I'm really glad.
Thank you very much. I would have asked you to translate your Benin Ade just now for the benefit of those of us who don't speak Edo or Benin very well. Akubo, I think, Nwanefe. Where you going?
Inwanegbe, Odeme. Unity is strength.
Mm-hmm.
It is division that brings a fall. So let's stay united.
Thank you.
And nothing can stop us.
Amen to that. Deacon Nogegase Agawa. Now, this is a namesake to the governor himself. Deacon Nogegase Agawa, your microphone is open, so please go ahead and speak. I want to believe he's not there. Okay. Once there's silence like that, I always have a way of, let me now go to Ambassador Sylvia Ibie. Okay, she's not here yet, because that's how Deborah was able to speak. Shoke is not there. Agnes Olotu, are you there? No? All right, while we are waiting for these people, is there anyone who hasn't spoken yet so that I don't play my foolish man? Isaac Ebewele, you're there. Please go ahead and say something to us. Isaac. Isaac Ebewele. Okay, right. We'll take a short break now and be right back.
Edo State will be 30 years old on the 27th of August 2021. Ours is a land with an enduring monarchy of global acclaim. It is a land filled with distinguished sons and daughters defining and holding their own in all spheres of human endeavor, both at home and in the diaspora. We are a people of confidence and excellence, steeped in values, culture, courage, respect, and measured wisdom. Let us celebrate our Edo-ness. God bless Edo State.
Good day, my great people of Edo State and those residing outside Edo State. My name is David Sinizegagwe. I'm a Nollywood director, producer, a filmmaker, residing here in Edo State. Please, have you taken your COVID-19 vaccine? If you haven't taken yours, please endeavor to go take your COVID-19 vaccine. COVID is free. I've taken mine 2 doses. I'm COVID-free. Anyway, what I'm saying is that so that we all can join Dr. Loretta Oduware Okowo, Dr. Osagi Igunosu and others to celebrate Edo State at 30. Therefore, let's join our wait and see God in loving ourselves to help put Edo State on the map of development, to help make Edo State great and greater again. Expect much from you. Bye.
Thank you very much for that message. Now we have Daddy Rich Iyasere. You are there. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much for recognizing my presence. I'm overwhelmed. I'm very, very happy this is happening. 30 years is not a joke, and we're moving forward. Edo must move forward. I'm actually on transit. I'm on my way to Rome in lieu to the celebration. So I'll be in Rome for the next few days. The celebration continues. And I just want to say thank you to all the organizing member, the organizing committee for putting this together. One thing that I take away from here today is everybody is hammering unity, unity, unity. And that is what we should be doing, and that should be our goal. Unity will stand, divided will fall. I will join everybody to sing that song. Thank you all.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Quite a few of them have passed, and come said a few words, and then others are just there quietly saying nothing. That's very interesting, when you say quietly saying nothing. Yes, who is this? Hello? Hello? Somebody's voice came on. All right, so I have Ezik Ebewele, who is not saying anything. Ibude Gwabadia. I'm sorry, I see your picture, but it's not, I think Ibude is in the US somewhere. And I have Douglas Akibi, he's my colleague. I'm going to also ask him to say a few words. He's done a great work also putting some of these things together on our behalf. Corinne, Douglas, are you there? Douglas? Okay. Now, this is SONI IRABOR Live. Edo diaspora is actually the focal point here today. The next stage really is looking at the future, as some of you have said in the past, in this program, the course of this program. What is the future of Edo State like, really? How many of you want to look at Edo State in the face of prevailing circumstances that things are happening now? What can the diaspora people do? I know some of you have started coming back home to try to, involve yourselves in how to make the state move forward. Some are talking about farming or agriculture. Others are looking at animal husbandry and so on and so forth. So question therefore is, what will you like to advise for Edo State going forward? I'd like to throw this one very open, and I'm asking that any of you please signify by raising your hand, and I'll call on you to say one or two words. Meanwhile, let me hand over to Loretta Ogboroko, please. Dr. Loretta.
Thank you very much, Uncle Sonny. Thank you very much. Thank you. Can we hear me?
Yes, please.
Excellent. I think your last question nicely dovetailed into what everybody has been saying. Moving forward, beyond 30 years now, what is the vision for Edo State? And this also begs the question that we've heard recently that there has been the diaspora agency steering committee set up. And I think what Uncle Sonny is trying to do here now is to ask us all on this forum that what would we envisage such an agency doing to help us move our state forward? What is it that each of us has been thinking about that we think can help our Governor Godwin Noelase Obaseki, make a difference with this agency? We are fortunate at this time to have a governor that listens to the people. Like Pharmacist Austin Iremiran said, that the diaspora of Edo State is a bride that must not be forgotten. Now the governor has said, I am not forgetting this bride, but we do need to engage. And Uncle Sonny is now asking each and every one of us, what do we seek to see in another 30 years? How can we leverage on an Edo State diaspora agency to turn Edo State into the host countries where we are currently living? Please let the ideas roll. I can see a few hands up, and I'm going to call them in the order in which I see them. I see Great Bini Kingdom Media, and then I see Dr. Osaemere Okumbowa. So if we go first to Canada, and then we transverse to the Middle East to speak to Okumbowa. So Great Bini Kingdom Media, please unmute yourself.
Thank you. That's a laudable question. I have a say that I always tell people, the change you want to see begins with you. Whatever you wish to see, we have to be in that change. So I think that's a very good question, and I thank God that we're already in a way that we are kind of doing it, I would say. However, we need to intensify whatever we are doing. I think here in diaspora, we all should leverage on our strengths, our expertise. Some of us are mechanics. Some of us are teachers. some of us are broadcasters. I think we should take this experience that we have acquired here in diaspora and bring it back home to impart our people at home. Many times we say that we want to change, but you cannot change without being on the table. And when you are not on the table, you are under the table. It's imperative that there should be, you expect some resistance, because you will say that the people that you are meeting at home have their own custom and traditional ways of doing things. So if you are coming from diaspora, you must expect some resistance because you are alien to them. However, communication is two ways. And if you want to teach somebody, you have to speak the language they understand. So we have to step to a degree whereby they can understand, see value in what we are bringing. We cannot in diaspora no longer stay and leave the aim of affair in the people at home. As somebody rightly said, the revenue the diaspora generate in Nigeria, and to be precise, in Edo State yearly alone, is some budget that some African country can have for themselves. Therefore, we have a stake in it because we put our money where our mouth is. Put our mouth where our money is. So I think the first thing we need to do is, first of all, re-examine ourselves. One, go into that state with our area of expertise. And two, do what we are doing now. Converge, share ideas together, just like Dr. Loretta said. One tree can start a forest, but one tree cannot make a forest. Therefore, we all are like little puzzles. Once we plug in our own parts, at the end, you will see that it will become a bigger and broader picture, and the goals will be achieved. Obaga talk, man.
Thank you very much, GBK. Thank you. I think you have spoken the minds of many people here. But importantly, you have actually said we should all plug in our own little puzzles. So what I am getting from this is you want people in the diaspora to come together and stop working in silos. So those who can come together to do things in the state. But importantly, you mentioned communication. Do you think there is any special way? I'll come to the other people, but I need you to clarify. Do you think there's any special way those in the diaspora need to learn to communicate with those at home while maintaining standards still? Because that's the thing. We need to maintain standards. Do you think there's any particular way this communication can be done better?
Thank you very much for the follow-up question. There are different ways we can achieve that. One, not compromising. No matter the circumstances, the pressure, do not compromise. Once being say, we have the luxury that many of us in diaspora are very comfortable. We are not hungry. So that parable means that when you are hungry, anything can happen. So with that alone, that comfort that many of us have here in diaspora, we can leverage on that and say, we'll resist their old way. For example, let's take His Excellency, our governor, as a very practical example. We can tell, based on what is going on, the pressure on him and what is, we see that he even came to an office, he didn't even have, he was running the states with 2 people. He had to set a structure. He had to build some resistance. It's not giving, it's taking. And nobody's gonna give us. We have to go and take it. And that comes with a lot of resistance, because the end goal is what your mind and your eyes should be focusing on. I believe resistance will go a long way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll move on to the next person. Dr. Sayemere from the Middle East, UAE to be precise. You want to speak to how the diaspora can practically leverage on the diaspora agency to ensure that Edo State is taken to the next level in the next 30 years.
Thank you very much for having me. One thing I think, let me start from, I grew up being a farmer. And before you call a farm, you get a piece of land, you have to clear the bush, the forest. burn it, whatever you clear down or however you pack it, you must clear everything and make the ground farmable, make the soil open, accessible for planting. The first thing I believe is no matter what, if you look at Edo, for instance, over the last 30 years, billions of dollars have entered Edo. The major thing we can show for it is the city has expanded, new houses everywhere. Economically or economic productivity has not really shown forth. And if we continue like that, it won't work. What I would suggest that the agency will have to start by an aggressive campaign program to begin to address the mindset of the people, home and abroad. Until you envision something, you cannot produce it. The mindset of consumption, come, let's eat, beer parlor mentality. People even joke that beer parlor is the biggest industry in Benin City. Why is that? It's a consuming and wasteful thing. Many people begin to understand that productivity will not just happen if we don't change our mind to a productive mindset. Productivity or economic prosperity comes only when you invest what you have. We must move away from consumption of money from diaspora. We sit down, eat, drink beer, and then that's the end of it. The people's mind must be prepared before this planting comes. And that means that the agency must set up an aggressive campaign program to address that mindset. School curriculum will have to be addressed. The young generation in primary and secondary school now coming, we have to be caught by that program, having a new something added to the parent school curriculum to begin to arrest those young minds as they are still in school. Many who are out now, who have grown to adult stages, will be hard for you to actually turn them around because they've gone to certain ways. Our last brother was talking about resistance. Resistance comes because people don't want a change from what they are used to. So if going forward, we make the impact that we want to make, it starts first by helping people understand and see what we could do with the resources we already have. We have the resources, we have the knowledge, we have the exposure. If 100 diasporans enter Benin today, if Benin was settled and ready, 100 diasporans enter today will not only come with money, will come with knowledge, expertise, exposure, a lot that can begin to transform the state. Therefore, the people, the mindset will have to first of all be cleared, ready for a new beginning. What we have been doing before has not taken us far. We cannot continue to consume. We must be ready to produce. And this is how, for me, is the beginning of the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much there, Dr. Sayemere. You have laid bare one of the banes of our existence, consumption mindset. You are saying the diaspora agency must begin an awareness campaign in the diaspora. And of course, in the Edo State, we need to change the mindset of our people. We are not just consumers. We should begin to learn how to be producers from both ends of the divides. Thank you very much. That was really, really deep. Thank you. And we need to catch them young. I'm moving on to a woman now, Mrs. Juliana Ine. I'm very gender sensitive, all the way from America. You want to speak to this? What do you think you want to see the diaspora agency do to make Edo State better than the last 30 years? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Loretta, for giving me the opportunity to speak to this. And I think, I continue to thank the organizers, of this platform.
You are one of them. You see your t-shirt.
I know. Yes. I just thank God for our concerted effort, to continue to move this trend, like somebody said earlier on. I agree with what our brother just said, teaching people to change. Yes, we understand that is going to be somewhat challenging, and it's something we need to instill, gently. I'm glad, we're already on that part, and having an ear, to speaking to, like having the government of our state, listening to our concerns, is a big part of this. And we've always said, those of us in diaspora have always felt like there's nobody there, to listen to us or to listen to our concerns. Now we're there. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to work together, to both our government at home and the diasporans, to plan and, make these improvements happen. In everything we do, we have to think about safety. We have to, before you tread a place, you have to make sure, it's safe. Even just walking out of your house, you have to make sure everything is safe before you start that. And if you speak to most diasporans, that's what they would tell you. But why am I safe? Even when you talk, you speak to the people back home, they will tell you, it's not safe. Even though Edo State is safe, the rest of, ways to Edo State is not safe. I was just having conversations with some families, back home recently, and they're like, yeah, so long as you get to Edo State and you stay in Edo State, you're safe. But before you get to Edo State, you're not safe. People are going to be uncomfortable, going back home to even try to invest or improve or try to make changes when they don't feel safe. Another area I'm looking at, is healthcare, because personally, I'm a nurse by profession. I see the way things are done, outside the world. I trained back home, in Nigeria, as a nurse. And thank God, and I'm very proud of the training I had because it's helping me, outside, of our country. But when you see the way things are, we actually pumping, money, we're sending money to our families and friends back home. I've seen other, I was talking to a gentleman the other day about how another country had to make that, change that pattern from just sending money to individuals and investing it in their community. We also need to look at that. I'm glad we have this platform. We're going to use that to figure out, we're going to discuss it here in this platform, figure out what we need to do before we take it out to the people back home and sell it to them. So that's my mindset for now. That's my thoughts for now. And that can change as we're listening and having these conversations, moving forward. Thank you very much, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Juliana, all the way from California. Your concerns are security and healthcare. The Edo State Diaspora Agency needs to find a way to galvanize these two areas because, like you pointed out, no one will come to an insecure place at the risk of their lives to invest. And healthcare is a problem, as is healthcare seeking behavior. I'll probably speak to that, but thank you very much. We have another healthcare provider in the house, Pharmacist Remiran, and after that, I see Ambassador Ehigamu saw his hand up, and Enwansia Usayame in that order. So, Pharmacist Remiran, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Loretta. I've been in and out because I'm at work. I don't know if somebody has said what I'm about to say, but I want to thank yourself for leading on this. And GBKM, you said something that is very pertinent. The things that we need to do for our state are everywhere. But there is something I want to encourage us. I have seen many people, whilst I was in Nigeria, come from the diaspora to try to do something. And before long, they become compromised and they lose their integrity. In one of our meetings, Evangelist Gladys Ogbeni said something that we should not always seek for what we want to benefit immediately, there is something called long suffering. Those people back home, over time, they've come to identify our problems. And sometimes they use it against us. Even though we come with integrity, sometimes they've come to fashion out that sometimes our integrity doesn't last. So I want to enjoin us as diasporans. Whatever we choose, let's be resolute. Let's try not to compromise. And in doing that, we must have our project, our plans well thought out. I am so happy that hopefully before long, the diaspora agency will come to full swing. So that will now be like a galvanizing network to lead us to where we want to go. We all want everything good. I'm a pharmacist. I see the way pharmacy is being practiced where I currently reside. I want it to be like that as well, and many other disciplines. So my take home today, or what I'm advising everybody, including myself, let us not compromise and keep our integrity, even when we have a vision to move our state forward.
Thank you very much, Pharmacist Remira. You are happy that the Diaspora Agency is being set up. It is going to put achievable, measurable objectives down to be done. However, you do not want anybody linked with this agency to be compromised. You do not want this compromise to be our Achilles heel, so that we cannot wait for long term. We must not give in to short-term gratification. Thank you. It is important to state that herein you have members of the steering committee for the formation of the Diaspora Agency. I even saw the secretary in the house. Uncle SONI IRABOR is here. Johnson Odibo is here. I myself am here, and the ambassador, Matthew BQ Wifo, is expected. Thank you for all your points. Rest assured that they are going to go straight into whatever we are doing. And I am putting your names and a summary of what you are saying for a reason. Because when we use them, we would like to acknowledge whose thoughts processes we have used. We will not plagiarize. We will not take the shortcut. I am an academic and I know the value of the work of the mind of others. Thank you very much. I'm going to go on to Osayame Ewansia and then the cultural ambassador. Please tell us, where are you speaking from, Osayame? Domo.
God bless you, Dr. Loretta. I happen to be, anyway, when you say Osayame, that is my daughter, my third daughter, because I'm using her computer. I may once see her Festus from Toronto. I want to thank every one of you that are in this diaspora and movement. Like 2 or 3 members of this group have earlier said, I want to quickly just go a little bit abreast to Dr. Osayeme Kumbowa, and also echoed by GBK FM. We are here in, I am here in Toronto. First of all, I want to take a swipe a little bit at how our youths are being educated. It will take more than 3-6 years to put it back. The governor have started that. For example, the Edo Best that he instituted. To be able to change our society at this very moment, we need just to go down to the grassroots. It's been so bad that a lot of us here are saying, oh man, we're like, is it Mrs. Ine or rightly said, security. Who is going to put it right? No one. We have to start from the basic root to start educating the young one, the youth. I think I met Governor Obaseki first in Washington when we had our ENA program, and he told us that even if we put 10 million, 100 million into Benin City today, until the minds of the youth are well redirected towards what is called production, the idea of producing, not just consuming. You will send money to Benin, to my grandmother, he goes to the market and buy cloth with it. that money ends with the Igbo person trading. We send money to Benin, he goes to area to go and change that money goes to the house. This money flowing into Benin start going out. We have never given them money to any of our probably relatives, like me, for example, and say, I give you $500 a year, and later tell me, brother, that money you send me, I now bought wood and I'm selling wood with it. It is always spending, that money keep just flowing out. So this idea from Edo in diaspora is to what? To establish what I will call a public awareness program. We need to be drumming it every time that it is production that matters. It is what you put in there that is going to come out. Like I said, I want to take a little swipe at how our, how do I call it? Is it religion now? I went to Benin. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I can see 17-year-old boy drumming in the church, and I can see 29-year-old boy telling me Monday to Saturday, we have program in this, we have program in that. I know, I am in Toronto today. I was once in Japan, and I know what it is for a productive society to be where these all where developed nations are today. It is work. Nothing comes by miracle. If you have to walk, then you now pray. But we, like I said, I want to challenge this group. I am in here today. I came in here. I'm an Edo school teacher. I look around. How do we change it? I felt that going to the grassroots. We started probably 2014. GBKFM can bear me great witness right here. So to be teaching these children Edo language, by the time we pick 10, not probably all 10 may arrive at the peak at every point, but at the end of the day, maybe after 3 years, I can go outside now, for example, and meet a son, 12 years, who can tell me a padomo. I am happy about that. Who can tell me laloke? I am happy about that, even if that is what that person learns. So we need to go back, like I said, the grassroots, public awareness program, paid announcement, radio, TV, to start telling these children how it is done over here. That is my little contributions today, Dr. Loretta, and everyone on page today. I appreciate all of you. I can see Pastor Jimo and SONI Allen all the way from Tokyo. I appreciate. God bless you. I think with my little contribution, when it comes up like this, I do have time to squeeze in. I just have 10 minutes now. I'll be leaving for work. I just want to join you. What I always say. God bless you.
Thomas, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You have said that in a short summary, this agency has a lot of advocacy to do, a lot of mindset changing to do. It has to change the mindsets of the people down there and the people up here. Relatives who just send money and they don't quite send it for proper investment purposes. They need to have a rethink. In other words, we as diasporans, we need to teach our relatives how to create, how to draw up those business plans, how to do what will sustain and not what we consume. But the other questions that will arise, people will soon ask you, is there an enabling environment for investment? Anyway, I'm going to move on to Ambassador Joe Egiamusoe, and I'll come to Tony and then Odibo in that order. Ambassador Egiamusoe, are you going to speak to what you think this diaspora agency needs to do to make Edo State in the next 30 years greater than it has been in these past 30 years?
Willingly and enthusiastically so. Thank you for the opportunity and for me to do that. What I have to say within a limited time offered is that, yes, the diaspora agency, I'm so excited that something like that is being instituted. I want to quickly dovetail what our daddy just mentioned there, the agency thing, and it's always been on my mind, the issue of reorientation, because you cannot put a wine in an old wine skin and expect it to produce something different. Now, reorientating the mindset, for instance, and then starting from the grassroots is very important from our younger ones. I will add that something like having youth centers be something that we should consider, okay, so that we have a place of engagement for the younger ones there, and then we'll be able to inculcate and perhaps realize the drive and the need to change that mindset that they have all swarmed into because of the new dawn, making it quick, getting rich quickly, and not minding the processes of getting rich. They don't mind the risk they undertake to get rich, something that we can inculcate in them using such platforms. And also, who's gonna do that? Because if you look at home, this has been the norm with us over the years. Now we're having a new dawn, and we're having a place, an agency that would take up this mantle. Yes, issues of security, they're always there all around the world. This isn't peculiar to Edo State, but the government of the day is doing the best they can to see that that is addressed, so that the mind of the average diaspora, Edo diaspora, will come to rest and find the need to come home. There is no place that is secured in the world. So life still goes on. The same thing with Edo State. Now, in terms of the agency that we talk about, I would want to say that one of the things we should start looking at once it becomes functional is to harness, collate this pool of expertise that are capable of making a societal development all around the world. Wherever we are as Edo people, we have Edo professionals everywhere, in every sector, in every discipline, in every profession. They are all there. Now, one of the biggest assignments for the Diaspora Agency is to, I'm glad how far we have come now. I can proudly say, Dr. Loretta probably confirmed that the effort of this Diaspora Working Group has been able to network and sync together Edo diaspora across over 18 countries of the world. That is no mean feat, but it's something that can be built on. Over these countries, or in these countries, there are people, professionals, who have something to offer, okay? Somebody talked about resistance, GBKM. Obviously, the greatest resistance that humanity has ever faced is change. Nobody wants to change because of what they used to. But that change is where progress is. That change is where development is. That change is where ideas are. If we are not ready to take it, then there's no way we can move forward. But we must be resolute. That's what has been bantered around here today. I stand on that again. We must be resolute. We must be determined, confident that we will not join the mantra, the slogan. If you can't beat them, you join them. I disagree. You cannot beat them, find a way to change them. This is the reorientation that we will need to stand on to fight and succeed in it. Only when we do that, without letting us be changed or evangelized to join the old system, that's where we can move forward. So a database also will be very, very good along this line, because that's when we'll be able to network, synergize, to be able to achieve some of these things. So people have talked about so many other things: agriculture, IT, health, finance, the remittances we send home, issue of having an Edo bank. Let's consider that very seriously.
Thank you very
I'll leave
much.
the floor for now for other people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Igiamuswe. Noted. Skills transfer for our information can also be virtual. I like your idea of the youth centers. I think that's brilliant. And we also have an Edo Youth or Edo Jobs outlet in Edo State already. So nothing stops this agency from working and dovetailing with Edo Jobs, Edo Youth MDAs, to do things even virtually. Because sometimes we concentrate on just the physical orientation orientation, but people need soft skill orientation as well. It's soft skills. Thank you. Odibo, Dr. Johnson Odibo, you are driving. Are you able to speak to this? You are a member of the steering committee.
Yes, I am able to speak. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Doc.
Good, thank you. I've listened to all.
Sunroof, by the way.
Sorry?
I like your car.
Thank you. Thank you. I've listened to a lot of people speak, and it's quite interesting, and the different aspects people have brought in. I must tell you, the Edo State Diaspora, Edo State Diaspora Agency is really come at the right time. And especially when we talk about Edo at 30, and with the website we have, it's really true that the agency has really come to address most of the comments or the entries or input from most of the speakers. Let me first start. The Diaspora Agency tends to really liaise or really work with everyone in the diaspora. But if I have to borrow from GBKN, or GBK Network, or GBK the TV, it all starts from us. You know, there is no way we can succeed without us inputting or trying to work together with this agency. What am I talking about? The agency wants to work with the diaspora. First of all, it's about communication, information dissemination. How can we communicate? How can we disseminate information sorry, I just got home. How can we disseminate information to people in the diaspora? So what we intend to do is to work with across all the continents, because if you look across the 6 continents, you have those everywhere, you know, but how you meet them, how do you pass information? And these those belong to unions or associations in their different countries within these continents. And in those continents, you also have media, like GBK in Canada, like ISK also in Canada. You also have, and so many others, like the Comrade Show in the UK, and in Italy, you also have some. So you have all spread all across, even in Spain. You know, so how do we, so we try to get all these agencies, all these media gurus to work with the agencies so that whatever information that is passed on from the ESDA, the State Diaspora Agency, gets passed to all the EDOs globally. Then now, what do they do with this information? Is to use them to get actually on the spot details coming from government house or coming from the agency about what is happening in EDO, as well as the opportunities. There are a lot of doctors in our midst today who want to invest at home. There are also somebody talked about farming before. How do you know where the possibilities for farming or what the government is doing to support you? You know, what do you get as a farmer? So all this you get directly from the agency. Like those talking about education, schooling, is it vocational, or you want to support, or you want to launch a school, or for the youths in Edo State? How do you do that? You can only do that when you get first-hand information about education or vocational training or support system from the agency. So the best you can do is, you try to log in to find out more details. Currently, we have a website, which is the Edo State Diaspora at 30, which is the ESD30plus.org. If you can write it down, or maybe Loretta can help put it on the chat, ESD30plus.org, as well as also try to put in the email address as well. On the website, good. On the website as well, you can also get a contact page. Please fill in there the contact page, whatever information you want to, and we will get that, channel that to the agency. We want that website to be a center point. Now, having said that, you have across the 6 continents, we still need contacts of all Edo, or like all those media gurus. There could be some in Australia or New Oceania. We already have from North America. We want to also see the Edos in Latin America. So if you know anyone in Latin America, please let us know. You know, so send us the links so we can get this on the website. So we can be able to, through this media agents or contacts in Latin America be able to reach out to the Edos in Latin America. In Africa, it's the same thing. We don't have a single one, but we'll need you to help us reach out to all other African countries. It could be in South Africa, it could be in Ghana, that you have Edos with their website. Write to us. We really want to consolidate all of them to really have a consortium where from the government, from the ESD, information can be disseminated to all of those globally. And then the adults will have access to information, how they can better support the youth, how they can better support the hospitals, the health system, how they can better even invest. Somebody told me the other day, I want to do something about tourism that's going to bring tourism to Edo State. And his idea was, we get maybe a little village, paint it like the old traditional Edo Benin Kingdom. We can do that across all the other, the Afema, the Esako side, the Esan side, how it was in the olden days, paint them with red mud and all those kind of hot houses. A lot of whites, our children will be motivated to come, will come to visit Edo State to really see those historic monuments, and that is going to create revenue for Edo State, and not just revenue for the youths. The hotels, because of tourism, a lot of hotels are going to be booked. So a lot of us in the diaspora are thinking of establishing hotels. Just think of the opportunity just through tourism that has opened into this hotel kind of business. So that's just how it goes. But it all starts from us. If we do not do anything to try to get links, to reach out to all of those, to tell them it's happening here, it's not going to happen. We wouldn't be able to serve ourselves. Like I see a lot of those forming different associations. We are divided. But, I like this popular saying, which we all know. The whole is greater than the sum of its equal parts, individual parts. You see, when we come together as one, the stronger it's going to get. So that's why we're starting with Edo at 30, to really say, we'll now walk another 30 years forward to say, let us reap or actually transform, not just maintain. I don't like maintaining the dividends of before, but let us grow or work on the dividends of the past 30 years for a greater and much better 30 years to come. But it starts with each of us. So let's provide all this information. As you can see on the chat, Loretta put it in there, and so that the agency can support you and you can support the agency. We are not just going to be feeding you information, but through you and through all those media channels in all the continents where you are and all the countries, we get right-hand information fed back into the agency. And that's how we can really support, or the agency can support you and you can support your state. In terms of financing, there are quite a lot of opportunities, but of course we have to maintain this kind of dialogue through a standardized medium of communication. So that's where I'll stop for now. I think I've talked too much, but I'll leave it for now. Thank you so much.
And thank you very much, Dr. Odibo. It is imperative that we listen to you. I mean, when summed up, what you are saying is that the governor and his team of the day, Governor Godwin Nogegase Obaseki, has listened, has the vision, and has created the steering committee that would help enable the setup of this diaspora agency. However, we must be prepared to engage with this agency, and it starts now from what we are doing now. We cannot leave it for other people to do. We have put things in the chat. You can go to those websites. The steering committee members, they need data. Dr. Odibo, Uncle SONI IRABOR, the ambassador, sir. Thank you for joining us, Your Excellency. They are members of the subcommittee for internal and external stakeholder engagement for the steering committee. They need to hear from you. If there are things you cannot say in this chat, you can reach them. You can tell them. If you cannot reach them, you don't have their details, you can reach me. I will point you in their direction. I see your hand up, Daddy Rich from New York. Is that a new hand or an old hand?
Yes, my hand is still up. If it's just gonna be just one word.
Go on, Daddy Rich, please.
everybody have said an excellent point, and everything is noted. The area that I want to quickly get, thank God for now we have a governor that listens to diaspora, a governor that work with diaspora. But we only just have about 3 years from now. What happened after 3 years? What kind of governor are we going to have? What governor is this governor going to be? You know, I don't care about the diaspora. How about that? So my fight every day here in New York is getting people involved. My policy or my idea is always, at the end of the day, politics is what guide us every day. If you die, if the government don't say, give you a death certificate, you are not even recognized as being dead. So at the end of the day, everything is about politics. So what kind of machinery are we putting on ground? How do we secure future? What sustainability? How do we, this kind of a governorship that we have now, how can we continue to have this? 3 years is just around the corner. What are we doing? What is our plan towards that to ensure that the next governor is going to be working with us? That's it. That's what I want to just quickly
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this very pertinent question. Daddy Rich, I will let the Ambassador Matthew Biki Waifo, who has joined us, I will let him speak to this point you have raised. It's a very pertinent point. How will we sustain this agency beyond the lifespan of the current government? How does the diaspora contribute to propagate itself in Edo State and beyond? Ambassador, sir.
Good evening, everybody. I've been here for quite some time. I had GBKM speak, and I had Ambassador Egiamuso speak, and Odibo speak, and Daddy Rich made his contribution now, and Wanseha was also around. So I've been here for quite some time. Unfortunately, I tried to fix my equipment, but there's a technical glitch. The video is not working, but I think my voice is known to most of the people to know that I'm the one talking. The questions that Daddy Rich asked is very, very pertinent. And I want to give him kudos and to say that that was a very, very relevant question. Now, as somebody who has been involved with this diaspora agency matter right from the beginning, and involved also in drawing the documents that later led, which was presented myself and Dr. Loretta, we have been involved with others in the government and so on, to make sure that the document for this agency was brought up. It took us 6 months to prepare before the steering committee came on board. So I have a little authority to be able to say certain things for a fact. One is that this agency thing, first of all, we must be grateful to God that we have a governor that not only listens to his people, but wants to do things and set and put in place structures that will last even after he is gone. So for this diaspora agency matter, it is not about Governor Godwin Oregase or Bassetti. It is not about me. Or is it about anybody present here, or even about the steering committee? It is what it is about. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you, but it's frustrating.
So what I was saying.
Victoria.
There's an infiltration, very bad one.
Somebody is infiltrating, so that's why the noise is so much. So we are, like I was saying, please, before the noise came in, like I was saying, we this is not about the present government. So what is happening is that for there to be a lasting legacy, everything has to be done legally, and it has to be backed by law, by the status that is present as at that time. So for this agency, a bill will be prepared, and that bill is the one that will not only establish the agency, it is the bill where the laws governing the agency are going to be put in place. And already the steering committee has worked on that bill, and that bill is going to be presented to the House of Assembly, who will debate it and then put in their own inputs also, and then send it back to the governor for it to be signed by the governor. And after the signing of the bill, putting it into law as a state law, after the signing of it, it will be gazetted. So all the legal aspects of this agency is being done right now. And as to the questions that people asked, this agency is very holistic. It is covering a lot of grounds, whether investment, database, financing, trust fund. Even some people were suggesting having a diaspora bank. All that will be made. There are provisions made for them to be realized in the bill and in the structures of the agency. And not only that, equally, there are also other aspects of the diaspora agency whereby individuals can contribute. But what I want to I want to quickly make is this. We are so fragmented as a people all over the place. There are so many unions. There are so many groups. There are so many societies. Fine. There is unity in diversity. We all know that. But the point is this, as the Bible says, two is better than one, and a three-corded broom cannot be broken easily. So what are we saying? For the groups and unions, you will have your place. If you are the president of a group, all that matters is you will be required, you will register your group with the agency. But that does not stop you from being president of your group. All that will happen is you and your members, you will follow the laid down rules and the laid down laws and become a recognizable group in the agency. And the agency has equally put in place certain structures to recognize the groups. So the groups are not going to lose their individuality or lose their objectives. The only thing that is going to happen is that the leadership of the group will be part of a bigger group, which now we inculcate in form of an agency. So what I'm saying is, there is a win-win situation for everybody. There is nothing to fear except fear itself. So I want to reiterate also what GBKM, Kenny Bazwaye said. You see, the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. It never said, love your neighbor more than yourself. For you to be able to love, you have to start loving yourself first before you can love others. For you to be able to bless others, you have to be blessed yourself. That is why God didn't tell Abraham, go and bless people without blessing him. God blessed Abraham, and Abraham became a blessing to society. So yourself, you have to be blessed first before you can bless others. So I just want to say that this agency now is creating an environment where you can be a blessing. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been saying anyone who have an idea, it doesn't matter how strange your idea is or how you feel your idea is, whether it's correct or it's not correct. No, leave that to the steering committee to decide. Please write your ideas and send it to us. Don't sit on the periphery Don't stand on the line. Don't keep complaining, grumbling, and all that, and nobody really knows what you want. This agency matter belongs to everybody, the diaspora. And by the way, the definition of diaspora is Edo people living outside of Edo State in Nigeria and overseas. That is the what encompasses the diaspora, the definition of a diaspora. So it doesn't matter where you are as an Edo person. If you have an idea, this is the time for you to say it. And like I always say, you will be recognized for it. If you bring an idea, the idea is wonderful, it will be said, Mr. A, Mrs. A, Sister B, Sister Z brought this idea, and it will be put against your name. Nobody is going to steal your ideas. Edos are everywhere, professionals everywhere. In fact, I'm so proud here in Tanzania all the time to say I'm an Edo-lite. Sometimes I dress with our Edo clothes and just walk on the street for people to wonder and ask me, what sort of dress is this? I say, look here, I'm an Edo man. What is Edo? I say, from Edo State in Nigeria. What is Edo State in Nigeria? The old Benin Kingdom that the former Dahomey named itself after, Republic of Benin, was named after my kingdom, you know, and so on. So every Edo-lite is a proud person and is a wonderful person and a good advertiser of his state. So let us please use this opportunity now. The opportunity is here. One, we have Edo-lites that are so passionate about their state. Then we have a governor that is passionate about his state, a governor that wants to move his state forward, a governor that says that, look here, my main base of support is the diaspora. And this diaspora, they are very, very wonderful and intelligent to work with because they speak their mind. So if the governor knows that you speak your mind and you are quiet there, you don't say anything, the agency comes into being and all you want to do is to complain without telling anybody. I mean, the people in position to be able to take your complaints and change it for good, you don't talk to anybody. How do we make the change? How do we make the change? So please, this agency does not belong to all of us. It does not belong to anybody, but belong to all of us. We are the agency. Without us, there is no agency. Without you, there is no agency. Once we look at it that way, then we are ready for success. Finally, please, I just want to say that the structures, the laws that are laid down right now are such that for the next 30 years, it doesn't matter who is governor, he has to follow those laws because they are state laws that will be binding. I hope with this I've been able to answer Daddy Rich and I've been able to make my little contribution. And my apologies to everybody for inconveniences because you have not been able to see my old mustache and my old face. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, all the way from Tanzania. Thank you so much for speaking to this. You have actually spoken like someone who has been in the business of creating this from the very beginning with the governor. I want to just reassure everybody that Governor Godwin Nogayase Obaseki said in 2019 when he came to London, he said that we do not need strong men. What we need are strong institutions. He has not for once deviated from that thing he has said all those years ago. And with the Diaspora Agency, he has set the steering committee the task of creating what will outlive all of us and what will put Edo State head and shoulders above even countries. So it is important that we actually engage with this process. And we use these 30 years as a time of healing, as a time of coming together, not a time of fragmentation, as a time of doing and not necessarily complaining. If the governor has met us halfway, we need to also meet him halfway. If he seeks to set up the agency, we are here today discussing these ideas. So we now need to take this gospel out of here today. We need to tell those who were not here that the steering committee is not being done in secret. It's not being done in silence. Uncle SONI IRABOR has used his goodwill, his time, his energy, and his resources. People sat here today have come so that we can discuss moving the diaspora forward and moving Edo State upper than it already is. So please tell those who are not here. I know that Sylvia Ibie has been at work. Sylvia, are you free now, Ambassador Ibie? Are you able to speak now? Because if you are not, I see Dr. Tony Agmon's hand up.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you very much. Here you are in all your work glory. This is an example of hardworking Edo State women. We are not only known for the things that happen across the Mediterranean, but there are solid Edo State women working and toiling day and night. You have the Zoom floor, madam.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Wadomo Balagesa. Uncle SONI IRABOR, I thank you for the awesome privilege of being on your show and for the way God is using you for this this phase that we are in as Edo State. A lot has been said and time is fast spent. So I would say my few words in this way.
It's okay, carry on.
A few years ago, someone asked me a question that what is the biggest thing for me as an individual?
It's okay, go on.
So basically they were trying to find out that how can one woman have, you know, diversified in so many different professions, soldier, police officer, a war veteran, medical radiographer, bit of Nollywood. Why does one woman do so many things, and how do you have the balance and the structure to do it? And that's how I'm going to answer this period I've been given. As Edos, we're very unique. And we're so unique, we don't even know it sometimes, the grace that we have as Edos. I was taught that grace very early in life by my mother, my late mother, and I also learned that from my dad as well. And that is the spirit of resilience that we have as a people. And if we use that spirit of resilience, you believe in God, you believe in Allah, you believe in the traditional religion, whatever you believe in, if we go back to the grassroots and hold on to that fear of God in the way we relate with the things we do to people and to ourselves, that will be the first barrier to be broken. Because one of the greatest things that I grew up seeing was fear. Fear of the unknown, fear to open up, fear to be yourself, fear to shine. But I broke those barriers of fear by saying to myself that I would excel in whatever it is I lay my hands to do. So having been a professional of sorts for so many years, I think the biggest thing that I can do for the next 30 years is to mentor people. Is to say to the next generation and even to my contemporaries, the fact that there is no glass ceiling, there's no limit except the ones we put on ourselves. I have decided that there is no box. I think outside of the box. And that is what I'm asking. And everything I do it with the fear of God at the back of my mind, knowing the fact that if I treat everyone the way I want to be treated, and if I think the best of everyone around me, then it doesn't matter what life throws to you as a people, as a person, you will scale through. Now, there are people in Edo State, there are people in diaspora who need mentors. And all I'm saying is that even if we have to have like a theme month, where one professional a month speaks on what they do, how they do it, and begins to groom those who are in similar fields, whether you are in the diaspora, or whether you're still in Nigeria, whether you're in Edo State, but we begin to groom people so that we're not just superstars flying in the sky by ourselves, but we begin to also bring others along. I think that will go a long way in sustaining that which we have started today. Because otherwise, people will look at us from a distance and think, maybe they're abroad now, they can be talking nonsense from abroad because they don't know IB. But we know that we didn't just develop in London, wherever we are right now. We started from Nigeria. We all didn't just appear in London. We started from Nigeria. So I crave your indulgence globally, whoever it is that is listening right now, that we stick together as a dose, that we remove every spirit of fear and resentment, bickerings, and we come together as a people. We come together on the foundation of grace and prayer and the fear of whichever God you believe in, and just choose to believe the best of everyone around you and choose to be a worthy ambassador of that state that we didn't mistakenly become part of, that God himself ordained for us to be part of it. I am proudly a radiographer, but I'm proudly a Benin woman. And I'm not jealous of Loretta because she's sailing in her own boat. I'm not jealous of Uncle Sonny. I'm not jealous of anybody else because I am in my own place and I'm happy being me. And that's my message to us today. Be happy being you, define you, and be the best of you that you can be. And that way we can have this conversation in the next 30 years and we will know that the onus is on us as individuals to be the best possible and not blame anyone for our misgivings and not blame anyone for any kind of problems we have, but take responsibility and take ownership. I thank you for your time. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. You've spoken like a true soldier. Thank you.
Dr. Loretta, can I just please, I want to ask Ambassador Sylvia a question. Will you be available to be a motivational speaker of one who can build his self-esteem whenever we invite you to do that?
Epa, domo.
Hey, Abuta, oh yeah.
Oh, yes, domo, sir. It is what I do.
Answer my question.
It is what I do, sir. Call me.
Fantastic.
And I'll make myself available globally.
Good. All right. Ooh. Please make
Thank you very much.
Uncle God bless you.
Uncle Sonny has his answer. Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. We need mentors. We need mentors. The agency needs to tap into mentors and bridge the gap. Time is fast spent, very fast spent. But I can see 3 hands up. Johnson Odibo, Tony Agbons, and Abieyiwa, as well as our senior brother Iria wants to speak. Johnson has a document to share. If we can make him co-host while we take the comments from Abieyiwa and then Tony Agbons and Johnson, and then Iria will end the question session. Time is really fast spent. So Johnson, please, the back end SONI IRABOR live staff, kindly make Dr. Johnson Odibo a co-host. He has a document to share on behalf of the steering committee. In the interim, Dr. Tony Agbons will be taking your comments, please. Sorry, Abieyiwa first and then yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Loretta, and thank you, everybody. Regarding in the future and what we are expecting the agency to do for us, my suggestions are number one is in 3 aspects, and they are in tourism, in agriculture, and in the governance. The truth is that everybody has spoken so well, and I just want to add my voice regarding what my brothers and sisters have said so far. We really need the awareness campaign to, kind of build our people, change their mindset on what we want to do, and also encourage them to go into other areas. I expect so much from the agency regarding, galvanizing our professionals all over the world to, give back, not really giving back, to bring their wealth of experience to our state, like in the area of power. Because everything we're talking about, safety, agriculture, everything, without power, without electricity, we cannot do anything. So if our professionals everywhere, all over the world, can come together with the agency once is on ground to bring in professionals, engineers that can come to the state and give us, build solar powers that can generate electricity for us, I think that would be a very good way to start. Then another thing I would also want this agency to really do for us is that we have a good heritage, really good heritage, good culture, rich culture that we should position. We should really build on it, make it really expand on it and let people come to our state to really see our history, to see the tourism, maybe like the old museum. The old museum, I don't think is still functioning. If we can have a building that we encompass and have all our obas, have, our traditions, this is what this is for, then we can also learn. I think that would be another knowledge if we can really promote that tourism. And I know it's going to also bring prosperity to the state economy. Then in the third one is going to be the agriculture. Like I said before, we have food in that place. So if we also have good fruits, a lot of vegetables, fruits everywhere, if we can, liaise with these diaspora people, I know we have good, professionals who can come to our state and say, okay, let's set up this fruit industry. We have a lot of pineapples, we have a lot of oranges, yokoriomo everywhere in the Ishan land. If these industries can be set up and these vegetables can be set up, I think it will help a long way in building our state. So I would love the agency to look at these three areas, that is the power, agriculture, and tourism. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Time is fast spent if we just keep our contributions brief. Dr. Odibo and Dr. Tony Agbons, who goes first? I actually wanted Tony to go before Odibo, but we now also have Festus Ehiozomagi. Welcome, sir. You were called earlier by Uncle Sonny. So Tony, do you want to go first, please?
Yeah, I think for me, I wrote something down about an hour ago, and shockingly for me, Ambassador Sylvia Ibie just practically said all I wrote down. I don't know how that has happened. So she must be something telepathic, but I know it's a spiritual thought, and I'm really happy. Mentoring need to really galvanize that bit. Mentoring in education, ICT, science, in sports, and it's something I will be sending some memo to the steering committee about. Thank you. I think Sylvia Ibie has said all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. Can we just hear from Festus Ehiozomagi Obohian, welcome, as our people would say. But we need to hear from Dr. Odibo. He has a document up. It's very important as part of the stakeholder engagement that we all here have a listening to this and then pass on the message and get feedback to us as well. Odibo, the Zoom floor is yours.
Odibo, mute.
Muted.
You are still muted.
So, okay, is it good?
Yes, you are good now.
Thank you so much. I really thank you for this opportunity. This is what I was trying to present while I was driving, but now that I'm home, I have the opportunity to share the document. This is all about the diaspora agency. So the box you see on the top is all about the agency, how it relates with the different departments, ministries, departments, and agencies in Edo State. And then how do they interface with the ESDA and how the information is passed on to those in the diaspora? So what you see at the bottom box is actually us in the diaspora. So interfacing with the Ministry of Communication in Edo State. So any information from all the MDAs that you see in terms of Ministry of Youth, Ministry of Education, which actually ties into what Dr. Ibie just talked about before on mentoring, also what Dr. Agbonzo just highlighted. If you want to reach out, so there is a strict chain of communication and dissemination of information through our media partners. So you see how important it is the way the diaspora agency is structured so that nothing is left. But the funny thing that you see in the middle of where you see Canada, UK, I was able to get, or we were able to get GBKM, Nebo TV, ISK Media, and in the UK, Comrade Show, and of course, the Do World. I may have missed the spelling. We need more. Yes. So we may have missed out a few others or many more others. And if you look at Nigeria, for instance, you have SI Media. Are there other African countries represented here? No. But are there those in other African countries? Yes. What about the rest of the world, in Europe, in Latin America? That's what I was trying to say. So we need us to help us. So every hand has to be on deck. So give us information. Earlier, Dr. Loretta had put in the email as well at the website of ESD 30+.
You want me to give you some order?
Yes, we need the right to send that email. Please send the email to what Loretta. So just, if you are not speaking on this, please, can you mute your phone, please? Hello, can you mute anyone who is not talking, please? So I was about distracted. So the thing we're saying about here is that we, the adults, we really need to make this work. So now we have unions all across all continents. Like, for instance, we have the Edo Union of Switzerland. They have a role to play in this part so that they can disseminate information to those. And if, like Dr. Ike had mentioned before about youth empowerment, mentoring, and all that, how do you pass the information across the globe so that they will know on this certain day or maybe on a regular basis, there's mentorship program running? That information will just be scattered, probably dies in the UK or goes in America and doesn't step out anymore. But through this agency and our media partners, we're able to push that information out to everybody. So everyone gains from it on where he feels he can fit in to actually help empower the youths and mentor the youths back in Edo State. So that's what this whole diagram, just this one picture is about, just to tell you what our governor, who is so creative, innovative, has done, with this agency by setting it up, because he knows with this agency and us in the diaspora, we can feed into different areas here in Edo State, whatever it is, whether it's health area or it could be wealth creation, arts and culture, whatever specialty that we possess in the diaspora. So that's just what I wanted to chip in. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Dr. Odibo. Thank you for this elucidation. Festus,
it's okay. It's okay. Ehiozomage. You got it.
Festus Ehiozomage.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Our Ena brother, thank you for being here.
Sorry, I have been on, but I just took the camera off because I'm at work. So I have to step out to a quiet place now so I can actually completely take the camera off and then speak. I thank everyone. I thank everyone for this opportunity. Just to make it snappy, I think my question directly is how are we going to tailor our children into this? Because this is a long-time project. I'm so excited that we've got a governor that is working with us, and it's a project of how do we celebrate next 30 years? If that is the case, our own children, how are they going to be able to follow us in this direction? Because in the next 30 years, we will not be the one to be singing this song. They will be the one to be singing this song. To be proud that, yes, their father, their brothers did this, they have a future ahead of them, and they were able to bring Edo State from here to here. And then how do they bring it further too, so that this will be a continuity? I just want to know from the agency, because we've done things like that in Toronto here. GBKM can testify to that. We've created what is called a Do Youth Network, where we bring our children and everybody together once in a year. So I'm just wondering, is there a place in this agency where children in diaspora can have that affiliation to Edo State the way we do, and then they can have that continuity to bring progress to that state? Wawese.
Thank you very much. Your question is valid. I'll speak to it, and I'm sure other people in the steering committee can also speak to it. The first thing is to institutionalize this agency, which in his wisdom, the governor of Edo State is doing. So he's making an institution that will outlive everybody. The next thing is, when this agency is created, it needs to actually actively recruit the youth. It must be seen doing that. And I'm glad that Odibo showed that slide just before you asked your question, sir. There are MDAs already in Edo State set up. The governor is not interested in duplicating function. He's not a man who wants to waste money, and rightly so. So even things like Edo Best, Edo Youths, Edo Jobs, they are going to dovetail with the diaspora agency in such a way that these available mentors in different fields of endeavor, from the army to medicine, and even life, just lifestyle alone, and the strive for excellence. We have ready mentors. We have people who need mentoring. Ambassador Egiamuse has given us a brilliant idea about youth centers. Sylvia Ibia has added on about programs. Some people not here have spoken to me personally about what we should do, like institutionalizing some television programs. There is no reason why we will not bring a Festus Zowangi to come and speak on EBS. So we want to bridge the entire divide. We have the mentors, we have the mentees waiting. What else do we need? We have an agency in the middle, created by a listening governor, created by a visionary governor, Obaseki, who has also put things in place that this thing outlives all of us. You know, importantly in this whole matter, the agency needs to critically and actively target the next generation. But what people like Johnson Odibo and Uncle Sonny and the ambassador are saying is that they cannot do it alone. You will take it to the people. You and GBKM now will take it to Canada. We are already in contact with Itoha Evagaru and her lights. You know, we have a working diaspora group that has people from over 50 countries across the world. They have children. They know versatile youths. They know people. So we are begging, we are imploring that this engagement today is being transmitted on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Bless Uncle Sonny and his team. But we also need word of mouth. We need to explain to our people, just like was done during the elections. We need to take this into our hands. We need to own it, and we need to ensure that the diaspora has earned her place at the table. So there are plans to do what you've asked, sir. There are core plans to do that. I see Chris Osaume say on here. I don't know if he wants to say anything. Uncle Chris may want to say something.
Just to portray your point.
Sir?
Just to portray your point, if you look at the website, because I belong to the planning committee of the website, you will see that there's a position already for the youth, like the website that we are currently using for this very event, just to portray your point. Thank you.
Thank you. We need to harness all this data. Uncle Iria, are you still around?
Yes, I'm very much around.
Your comments, sir, and I will begin to hand over back to the veteran himself.
Am I back on video? Anyway,
yes,
I don't really have too much to say anymore because some of the things I wanted to say initially have been said. But I want to echo the gentleman who just spoke now, and to say that we cannot give what we don't have. So first of all, we really ourselves need to look inwards to this working committee and make sure that we are working in harmony with each other. And what we are establishing really, what I think that we need to establish is a handshake across the continents to the home, which is Edo State. And I'm very reassured. I was very reassured when I heard the ambassador say that, you know, the law itself that is going to establish the agency is going to ensure that that there will be continuity for at least for the next 30 years, which is very crucial because no matter what the state is, no matter how small, no matter how big, we're a microcosm of the macrocosm, and the problems of Nigeria will invariably affect the state itself. Therefore, you know, we have to be cohesive in whatever else we do. So, you know, then there's a problem that this communication issue, in the sense that it is you will find that it is very difficult to communicate with the home sector, where lots of people, especially the youth, think that everything is rosy overseas. You are able to say this because you are in the diaspora. Therefore, there must be that channel, this very warm handshake that the structures, the permanent structures that government alone can establish will enable. You understand? In other words, we have to be working through an agency within the state itself that enables this communication to flow directly to the youth and all the other people that we need to communicate with, because no matter how much money you pump into money itself, by itself does not do anything. It is the minds of people that make money work. So again, we cannot give what we don't have. So we must look inwards by ourselves and be sure that the advice that we are giving to government is going to push the programs that, because we are saying this now, this is happening now, all of this celebration is happening now because you have a governor that is listening. So I was very reassured when I was told that things are going to be put in place in such a way that whatever government takes over, it's not going to just be a flood that sweeps every other thing that has been established away. And that is one of the problems that Nigeria has. There is no continuity. One governor comes in, one governor goes, another one comes in, and he wipes off every other thing that has been done before him. You know, so we have to ensure that that doesn't happen. Thank you very much. That's all I have at this point.
Thank you very much, Uncle Area. You're welcome.
My hand is up, please.
Ambassador.
Yeah. Good. Thank you once again for giving me the chance to speak. Please, I'm still making an appeal to everybody about this agency matter, because it's a one-time opportunity for us to get involved. We have been making a lot of videos and talking everywhere, that think of what Edo State don't think of what Edo State can do for you, think of what you can do for Edo State. But you will not be able to do much for Edo State if you don't start contributing your own quota as when you are able and also to your capacity. Now, I will go further to talk about this agency because there are a lot of things. It's so wide. The scope for participation is so wide, and the scope for cooperation is so wide that what everybody have contributed here fits into the agenda of the agency. Like, for example, some speakers were talking about how we channel investments. Now, in this setup of this agency too, provisions have been made for that. Provisions have equally been made that if you are a diasporan and you have a piece of land at home and you want the agency to be able to help you handle the C of O for your land from the official quarters, provisions have been made in the law for that. You can approach them and they'll do it for a fee. which will be far, far lower than what you get. But the important thing is that you will be able to get your documents and also further issues you might need at home. And for those two who are already successful, there are even projects that you can invest in to be able to have a profit. You can invest into them through the agency. So there are so many things. This agency has streamlined everything to make it more legal, to make it more accountable, and to make it more responsive to the needs and aspirations of all Edolites, whether in the diaspora, those at home, vis-a-vis those at home. Like, for example, equally, in the next maybe 20 years, most of us now sending money from the diaspora, the things might change because by then our children will be in the diaspora and the inflow coming home now that is very high might start to dwindle. When that time comes, how does the agency, how does the people sustain themselves? All these things have been put in. The bottom line is this. Please, if you have your suggestion, myself speaking now, Ambassador Matthew Biki Waifo, Odibo, we are in the engagement committee for the steering committee, the subcommittee, engagement with the diaspora. I'm in that. So please, if you have ideas, bring it to us. Tell us what you want to be done with the agency. I want to thank Sister IBF for talking about mentorship, Dr. Agbons for talking about mentorship. By the time the full bill comes out and the law establishing the agencies and the modus operandi for the operation of the agencies come out, you will see that all these things have been provided for in the establishment of the agency. So please, at this stage now, if you want your ideas to be incorporated into the agency matter, it's not just only speaking here. The ideas you have raised here, can we have them in writing, please? Send to info@edo@30.org. Send it to them. Or on the other hand, I will beg Dr. Loretta, like I did in other groups, if you can put on this platform now our different WhatsApp numbers, they can equally get across with us. Let us not leave any stone unturned in bringing our ideas. Email at edo@30plus.org. You can send your ideas there. So please, let us be full participants. And I equally want to say finally that we just have about roughly 2 weeks to get this whole thing wrapped up and our report to be submitted. So it is expedient that you submit your ideas now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait after the whole bill, everything has been submitted to the governor. You say, I was never told. And please spread the message to those who are not present in this platform that whatever ideas, even the groups, your groups, put them there. Whatever ideas are needed, please bring it on. And so far, we are celebrating Edo at 30 today. I want to especially thank Obaland TV for all he has been doing for Edo State. I want to thank our father here, Uncle SONI IRABOR, for putting his station to be able to make us interact like this. I want to thank GBKM, who has dedicated his life to promoting everything Edo. I want to thank Lamte Oriahi for his consistency and his passion for his state. I want to thank Nebo TV in Canada, Obasogie, for what she has been doing for the state. I want to equally thank Edo TV, Igamosoy, for the flyers that he has made and all he's doing. And to cap it all, I want to thank the born leader. She's like a daughter to me, but I will call her a leader because her leadership quality are exemplary. And the person I'm talking about is Dr. Loretta Oduware Ogboro Oko. I want to thank you for your passion for Edo State. I want to thank Augustine Remiran from working from the background all the time, not for personal aggrandizement or personal profit, but working to make sure that everything works for Edo State. And for those that have not mentioned their names, like Dr. Igbinosun, like Abubakar from Australia, like Daddy Rich from the United States, Professor Issa Odidi, presently in China, and all the other people have not mentioned their names. You are all worthy sons and daughters of Edo State, and we appreciate you. Let us keep this momentum going. And please don't forget, bring your ideas. If it means saying ambassador is a fool, he doesn't know what he's doing, fine, bring the idea. And then we will put it and inculcate it and see where he's foolish so that we make him wise with your idea. Don't be shy. This is the time to show that you love your state. Put it in writing, because we can forget easily what was said. But when it's in writing, it becomes something that can remind us that the people are speaking. We love you all. We love you all. Everybody on this platform, the people have put this platform to work, love their state. And when you say you love your state, it's not a name written on paper. It is people that make up a state. We love, when we say we love Edo State, that means we love ourselves as a people. I have traveled to so many countries of the world, and I'm still to find anybody in the human race as versatile, as intelligent, as a go-getter, like an Edo State man or woman who means business. So I will stop there. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. I will be handing over to the veteran himself, Uncle Sonny in the house. But just before I go, I just want to say it is humbling to see everybody here and to see that everybody here has stayed in despite our tight schedules across the diaspora. And I just want to point out that in everything this agency is doing, let us also take the message out there that the agency will not be compromising standards. So if you are a media outlet, if you are an educator, whatever you are doing in the host country, rest assured that with this agency, you are still going to maintain the standards in your host country when you come into Edo State. There will be no compromise, like Austin Remiran has said. The reason is because we cannot do things the same old way and expect new results. On that note, I am saying a big thank you. A big thank you to all those who have worked hard to make sure that this happens. Before I hand over to Uncle Sonny, I really want to, from the very bottom of my heart, thank our state governor, Governor Godwin Noyerase Obaseki. This is not that I am being patronizing. Those who know me, they know that I am not. But I genuinely see a man who cares about his people. And he cares about his people not for this generation that he's in alone, but for generations yet unborn. I thank him and his team for listening. And I want to use this opportunity to say that I want to thank the chair of the celebrations of Edo State at 30, Mrs. Juliana Oyegu, and her team, of which I am a member, for the hard work every single person in that team has pulled off. It's been amazing. Let us use this backdrop to celebrate and to heal beyond Edo State at 30. We are healing and we are moving on. Let us all celebrate our unique Edo Stateness. Let us remember that our state is tagged the heartbeat of Nigeria. And what is the use of the body when the heart does not beat? As the diaspora, we are a train in motion. We are a train that our time has come. And we are going to say that there is no stopping this heart, which beats from the Kukuruku hills of Edo North through the acrobatic Igbabonelimi dance moves of Edo Central to the largest man-made earthworks and moats of Edo South, we will remain the center of the world. We have been fraught with challenges. Being in the diaspora is not easy. Some of us have come through the Mediterranean. Some of us have come through the desert. Some of us came by air. But one thing that runs through all of us is that unique tenacity of coming from a central place that does not take no for an answer. So thank you, Uncle Sonny, and thank you everyone for giving Edo State to the world. I crave your indulgence to please sign out at this time because I have another meeting to join. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Loretta Oduware Oboroko. Thank you very much indeed, and thank you every one of you that has taken part. In fact, as Dr. Loretta observed, I noticed that there were, in fact, at a stage there were 36 members, and then I thought, oh my God, they are going away. They went down to 28, and it came back to 36 and more again. And I said, oh, good. It's a brilliant effort that we got people to stay on, and they got interested and made the whole process very successful for us. So I want to thank Wale Ajibola and his team, Frank Izeko and Victoria. I don't know whether Victoria said Igbinoma here or whatever it was, but anyway, Victoria, you're very welcome, and thank you again. And also Douglas Akiwi. These are the backroom crew members. They've done a great deal for the SONI IRABOR Live crew, and thank you indeed. But for those of you all over the world, from across the continents, east, west, north, south, home is the best, they say. Thank you all. God bless you. And we will do this again. And for Ambassador Sylvia Ibie, I'm going to hold you to that point I made. Same with Professor Issa Ojili. We're going to be giving you more times, and many more of you who are actually involved in your professional calling. We'll be giving you more time to speak your mind, speak your professional thoughts, and of course, air your views about the goings on in Nigeria, not just Edo State alone, but Edo State is the focal point today. And happy anniversary to all Edos in the world. Happy anniversary, Edo State of Nigeria, and God bless Nigeria. God bless you all. This is SONI IRABOR signing off. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. God bless you all. And
thank you. Uncle Sonny, you are the greatest. Wesley.
People made me so great. Thank you.
Have a
It's you people that make it so.
I hope we are offline now, Mr. Irabor.
The recording is still going. The recording is still going.
It's still on.
Still going, yes. Yes. So in a moment, we'll still be offline. Can we, once you are off, let me know, people, crew members.
Uncle Sonny, let's say 3 solid hours of your precious time. Maya Hawasana have but so Osanobua or can Hawaii. Benuma we can have been Yari here, Runda where I hold a woman ma. Yahoo. So about a boy. So about a Mayane do. The Mayane where a total about Maya do where in any matter no do Sudu Begima. All you be here, I said, we ma. Now me we are how we again do ya figure na he man is sworn. I will see.
Yeah. Uncle Sonny, we all cannot see. We all cannot see the reason you got that Nigeria and Africa award. This is great. People that doesn't know you, they cannot see why you deserve that award. Uwese, congratulations once again.
And a SONI IRABOR, What I just want to say is that before Dr. Iginosunke Gwan, Otimakpa Gwan Eban, Ona Akmomo, Ona where that Emina Afiang Beno Sabo Arie Noe Aenke no Kere, where Ogime, Eruni Menanu we, na mie we Etion Saloboa, no Sabo Arie Agbono Time we. No di agbono time when ya tota ye yaga imena agbon